childhood is considered to be one of the most carefree and joyous part in life, but sadly it is not true for every kid in the world. Most child laborers don't work out of free will or choice. Whether they like it or not, they work for survival, just so they have some money to eat food, to quench their thirst, to pay for school or education, to buy basic medicines, to help please poverty, etc. Poverty is certainly the greatest factor driving children into the workplace. Income from child's work is felt to be important for his or her own survival, or for that the household. Poor children and their families may really open child labors in order to improve their chances of attaining basic needs. More than 1/4 of the work people live in extreme poverty, according to 2005 UN statistics. The intensified poverty in parts of Africa, Asia, Latin America cause many children there to become child laborers. Even when laws and codes of conduct exist, they are often not respected. For example, the manufacture and export products often involves multi-layers of production, which can make it difficult to monitor who is doing the labor at each step of the process. These enforced laws and exemptions allow for child labor to persist in certain work domains such as agriculture or domestic works. Even in countries where strong child labor laws exist, labor departments and labor inspection offices are not funded enough or do not have enough staff to enforce it. For example, Kenya prohibits a child under 16 from industrial work, but excludes agriculture. Bangladesh specifies a minimum age of work, but sets no regulation of domestic work or agriculture work.
In third world countries such as Romania, some parts of Russia, Asia or Africa, the children's living conditions are terrible. As parents struggle to find employment, there has been an increase of poverty. Most of the families are extremely poor, often living in cement block homes with no electricity, running water or indoor plumbing. These families sometimes face difficult situations on a daily scale, such as labor exploitation, violence and domestic violence. But there are not just children living in foster homes or in very poor houses. There are also children living on the streets, often come from a background of poverty and abuse. And normal childhood is replaced by violence and crime. These children live in tunnels, garbage containers and basements. Because of these living conditions, children become sick and over 21,000 children die. However, as many of the Eastern European countries joined the European Union, they were required to deal with the situation of street children and orphans, and the situation has improved in many of these countries.
But even though times have changed and there are organizations protecting children and laws against child labor, we could still draw a parallel line between now and then. That is because many child laboring jobs are similar to the ones before, such as farm working, most of the time in fields located in the US, Africa, working in textile mills that are located around the world, or even in coal mines which is dangerous because most of them are closed, considering that they could collapse at any moment. The only major difference is that now child labor is done more secretively due to
Since the year 2000, the number of children engaged in child labour has decreased from 246 million to 150 million. This is especially thanks to organisations such as ILO or CRIM who fight against this cause. Most of the times we believe that we cannot participate in this change, when in reality we could be one of the most important factors of this change. The first thing we can do is something very simple. It's something that we can do on almost a daily basis. For example, when we buy clothes, we could ask where these clothes are from or how they're fabricated or if it involves child labour. Of course, most people don't actually know where all these come from, so we could research big companies such as H&M or Nestle who actually use child labour to manufacture their products. And us buying from these big companies means that we are indirectly involved with child labour, so we need to be more aware. There are other solutions to stop and prevent child labour, such as giving education to these children. By doing this, we can better their chances of succeeding in life, and they will be occupied with going to school and not being forced to work. The only downfall of this option is it will take time, money and the cooperation of communities to build these schools and enroll these children. Another solution would be to change how the public views this problem. If we can change how the public sees what child labour does to these children, more people will want to stop it and want to help. On the other hand, this exposure to child labour could possibly cause the public to demand reforms from the government's labour laws and restrictions. If the government refuses to support this misfortunate children, then revolts and rebellions may occur. But we want to solve this issue in a peaceful and productive way. While this issue continues to be a growing global concern, there is newly found hope for these unfortunate children. Solutions are being found and will be put into action. It is important to remember that poverty, not choice, leads to child labour.